you look friendly. I don't know about your dog. You got a pooper scooper though, that's the main thing really.
Yeah.
Good morning, folks. So I thought I'd never been over here on this trail, so I thought I'd take a minute and do a little video here about what it has to offer, what it looks like, and everything else. And I came across something that I had to deal with working in some habitat work, and it's called large woody debris or habitat. In lakes that don't have any habitat, common practice is to make additional habitat by felling trees into the lakes or rivers, but in this scenario it's a lake. So what ends up happening is the lakes like this used to have a big run of sockeye. The importance of this, all this debris and fallen timber in here, is the fish will have a place after they hatch to grow that's protected from predators in their early stages. Putting in additional timbers will re-establish somewhat of a run. Habitat is crucial for juvenile fishes in early stages of development for survival. That's why large pieces of timber are so crucial for the future generations of fish. Freshwater lakes are crucial for sockeye salmon. The needed cover to protect them from predator animals. Beautiful little lake that's been highly impacted by the human population. Humans have definitely had their impact on Alaskan freshwater lakes and ecosystems. Yeah, a little non-point pollution never hurt nothing, right? The inlet of the lake where the sockeye are supposed to come in through the bridge, which just so happens to go to the university. And there's where it flows into the lake, or the rearing habitat for sockeye. Here's the other side of the river, I guess. So here's where the fish are supposed to go through to get to the lake so they can swim. The lake's right across the road. The interesting part about salmon is that each type of salmon has its own equation that we've figured out as scientists as far as how far they can travel up over the top of a barrier like this. Each type of salmon can jump to a certain height with a certain plunge pool below it, which will allow them to pass upstream. If you take away or add to that equation, the fish will no longer be able to pass upstream to their spawning grounds. So there it is. That's where Auk Lake empties out into Auk Bay. mergansers, goldeneye, mallards. If there's any fish in there, they have dibs right when they emerge from the lake, from the rivers. This is where they end up. So, what I'm trying to say is that sea ducks have a impact on salmon, and in this particular ecosystem, sockeye. Where I'm standing on a high tide, I would be about, maybe knee deep in water. The significance is that in coastal environments in Alaska, sockeye wait and cool up in areas outside of their spawning grounds, and when they feel it's right, they will follow in with the high tide. And continue up the river with the tide, which helps them move up into the native ground. When we have drought conditions like we do, it's increasingly important for there to be flow above the tidal zones, because if there's no flow, the fish are not physically capable of moving up into where they would spawn. If you can picture this little amount of flow upstream several miles, that is what it looks like in drought conditions, and it causes predation from bald eagles exclusively on salmon. It's very easy for predators like bear, humans, and eagles to prey on salmon when they're moving upstream. And in drought conditions, it's even easier because the population will get bunched up below a barrier, which we're hoping happens way upstream. But in drought conditions, it doesn't happen way upstream anymore. It happens lower in the river shed. And that's one of our largest issues today. Drought conditions and predation in different species. So I was just down in the mouth over there of the river drainage, and here is a weir. Sockeye have been highly impacted from a various amount of predators and human development. So we looked at starting out in terminal area where salmon will actually spawn. We took a look at the lake itself, the crucial habitat features like large woody debris, and from there we moved out into the adult areas and lower riparian zones, and in between we found a facility managed by some agency, which I am assuming is for creating and procuring more fish, because it looks like it's a weir. So anyway, as we ventured further to the south, we found that there were a variety of ducks. The eagles aren't going to be around if there aren't any adult spawners moving up the stream. And bears probably aren't a really big factor for predators, so at this point it's mainly dolly varden, sea ducks, and the always present human being, as well as different forms of pollution, non-point and source point pollution that drains into the lakes and rivers.